Hello there, and hello. So we are at the last essay topic, which is picture composition, and also towards the end of this lesson, we are going to look at general scoring points. How do you score, and what are the points you're marked on, and definitely what are the points where you're penalized. So picture study, okay, that's our topic for discussion. And so, what's a picture study now? In a picture study, what happens is that you will be given a picture, and this picture will be in black and white. It won't be in color, and all you need to do is you need to study and analyze the picture, and also at the same time you need to write anything that comes to your mind after seeing it. It can be a story, an essay, or whatever you want to. So another point is that this is the topic that most teachers will suggest, and so will I, to avoid doing. Now there are a certain number of reasons for that. Okay, we shall go into those reasons, but please remember that unless and until this is your last remaining option, I would definitely suggest that you do not attempt this topic, okay, because marks go down. Now, in case you have to attempt, then you need to, then you need to know what is basically the thing that distinguishes your picture and what are the things that you need to do. First, you need to know that you need to make a note of every minute detail that's in the picture. Okay, whatever is visible. I mean, even if you see that little brick is lying on the road, remember that it is important. Okay, in a picture study, you never know from where the marks are hidden or which part of the picture is important. That is why it becomes so complicated. For instance, if you have a man sailing on a boat on water, and suppose the ICSE or the CBSE answer script, that is the layout answer script, suggests that the water was important, and you completely miss that, then you will be penalized a lot. Which is why please take note of every small detail, and no matter what you write, remember to include them all. Okay. The next part is once you have made a note of all the details, start connecting them. That is, how can they be connected? If you have, you'll be seeing the sample outline, you'll be having two very weird things up there. You'll be having a monkey, a parking sign, people, and a wall, and you'll see how I connected them. So you need to connect them using any connection that can seem appropriate, and at the end you need to write a story, hoping possibly that it will be something interesting. So what we're going to do here is we have a sample question. This is from ICSE 2001 English paper. Okay, so this was the picture that was given. You can see, so there's a monkey. I mean, first, what I want you to do is I'm just gonna pause for 5 seconds. Okay, and I just want you to take some time and study the picture. See what are the things that you notice. Okay, so start right now. Right, so did you notice that in the last picture, these five are the main elements? Okay, you have a monkey, you have a boy and a girl, you have a tree, and you have a parking sign. So now we have five elements. So now all you need to do is connect them appropriately and construct something possible out of them. So this is the outline that I have written. Obviously you are allowed to change according to your will, and this is not binding. However, remember, the point is that, like I said, you need to consider every possibility. You need to see every object, every minute detail, and connect them, and that is what I have done. So this is a story that I've written, that there was a wall with this sign, and that is parking at owner's risk, and nobody exactly knew why the sign was there, because you can't see any other people or cars. So one day there was a boy and girl who saw this sign, got very interested, and decided to investigate. Now as they were going to investigate, suddenly this monkey popped up from nowhere, and they got scared initially, and then this monkey just signaled to them to follow it, and then the monkey started running away and hopping, and then they started following the monkey. After going a certain time, they realize that they see an empty house in front of them. They peek in, and they find that there are a lot of people with a lot of car keys inside the house, so which clearly proves that they were car thieves. So the boys undercover a smuggling operation. They call the police. The police saves the day, so there's the boy and girl. And as for the monkey out there, he's given a lot of bananas to eat. So end of story. Now you can see that this, what I've written, is a pretty juvenile, pretty childish story. But the whole point is that if you were to make something else out of this sign, it could have been disastrous. Okay, I am trying the most imaginative thing possible. What you need to remember in cases of picture study is that even if you're doing it, then all you need to know is that your marks will be allotted on every single element of the picture. As long as that is there, you don't need to fret. So with that, we come to the end of our essay topic. Before we start off with letters, we have this last thing for you, that is scoring points and deduction points. That is which are the points where you get marks, and most importantly, which are the points where your marks are deducted. Now this depends from board to board. What I'm going to tell you is a very general thing. It's actually true for the ICSE and ISC board, because I've been teaching students there for a long time. So scoring points. Now for descriptive and narrative essays, what you need to know is that a grammatical mistake, for every 3 grammatical mistakes that you make, 1 mark will be deducted. Now in grammatical mistakes, not only does functional grammar include, but also your handwriting is included. Why? Suppose your capital letter looks like a small letter. Now that is a grammatical mistake, and marks will be deducted for that. So like, if you have 3 such occurrences where your capital letter looks like a small letter, or a small letter looks like capital letter, in that case you will be penalized. Okay, next thing is that an ICSE essay is usually about 25 marks. So the division of marks is that the proper division of paragraphs, that is the relating of paragraphs, the introduction, the clear conclusion, all of this has 5 marks. 5 more marks go to the fact that whether your essay was interesting or not, whether it was readable, it was not boring, and everything. And the next thing, that is the overall description. Okay, your fluency, your grammar, the main storyline, how you choose to approach the problem, all of this make up the 15 marks of the essay. So that's 25 marks right there. Now a very interesting thing is that what happens if you write outside the topic. Suppose you don't understand the topic, or you write something which you think you have understood but it's completely irrelevant. I'll give an example. Suppose you are given an argumentative essay that disciplined people in this world are lonesome. I actually saw this happen. So the whole audience, the contestants debated about the fact that whether disciplined men are less or more. But what they missed out was that the topic didn't say lonely, it said lonesome, which meant few. So they spoke about something completely else. I even had a student once who was given an essay to write about a day which you spent with your cousins, and she wrote siblings in the whole essay instead of cousins. So in this case, what happens is ICSE usually considers the fact that you have written an essay which is grammatically not grammatically but topically incorrect. That is, that essay shouldn't have been there, and what happens is that your marks are made 1/3, and then you're marked on that. So if it's a 25 mark essay, you'll be marked on like 8.5. Okay, so please avoid that. Next thing is argumentative essays. Now for argumentative essays, also analysis of the points that you're placing, the examples you're giving, the explanation of the points that you're seeing. Okay, all of this has the main sort of marks. Also taking a fixed stand, that is, if you're speaking for the motion, then you're not deviating. Same for against, that is whatever you're saying, you're completely sticking to that. And the next point is that, like in a normal essay, you can move away from the main point. In an argumentative essay, you can deviate from the stand you're taking. In that case, almost as much as 10 marks are deducted from your essay, and you please keep a note of that. Also, we didn't actually cover story writing in this course because we have a separate total course on that. But if you're ever writing a story, then remember that your marks are completely dependent upon 3 factors. That is the elements of a story. Again, you'll find in the story writing course. The character development, how your characters come, how they go, what are their histories and backgrounds, and of course the ending, that is how your story ends. If it ends in a dream sequence, then please be prepared to get 13 or 14 on 25. If it ends properly, you have a good chance of scoring marks. So with that, our essay lesson comes to an end. We have letters after this, then reports, and finally a précis. So goodbye, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Please leave your comments in the sections below. I hope you keep reading and keep writing. So stay tuned for more. Thank you and goodbye.